So one of the more common conversations I have with patrons is about whether strollers can be taken on the plane and just how to negotiate airline restrictions in general. And today then, I wanted to go over some of the most common issues that I found people run into when traveling with strollers of varying sizes, and give a few tips and tricks that I've learned over the years in order to solve them. If you've watched any of our reviews concerning ultra-compact models, you've probably noticed that we often talk about the International Air Traffic Association's guidelines for cabin luggage, which suggest folded dimensions of 56 by 45 by 25 centimeters. These numbers are, however, just a suggestion, and while a lot of airlines do adhere to them, there is still a lot of variation in what will be accepted from airline to airline, with some accepting models that significantly exceed these dimensions, such as the Epibaby Minu, while for others, in my experience, particularly those specializing in domestic flights, even the IATA's numbers are too high. One quick tip, if your model is just a tad too large, is to try removing the wheels, as there are several models out there, like the Leclerc Influencer for example, that will then fit, but this definitely won't work for every airline. Over the summer, for example, I had a few conversations with American patrons who needed something smaller than most of the ultra-compacts that I tend to recommend, due specifically to the much smaller than average cabin luggage requirements for American Airlines domestic flights, where basically only a tiny handful of strollers actually qualify, such as the Cybex Labelle and the GB Pocket Plus. If this is you, then I'll say the same thing I said in the Labelle review, which is that if you absolutely have to choose between these two models, then the Labelle is a hair better, though the truth is that you're not buying an ultra-compact purely for its ability to fit in the luggage compartment, and I have yet to find a model that folds this small that isn't also very weakly built, that has more than just a bare-bones seat, or that has any ability to comfortably traverse ground beyond perfectly smooth pavement. If you're taking a plane directly to Disney World and don't mind spending money on a stroller that you won't find much use for beyond the one single holiday, then I guess this sort of stroller is okay. Though in my opinion, if you're being put into this situation by an airline, then I'd strongly recommend gate checking instead. All gate checking means is that you hand off your stroller before you get on the plane, where you don't really need it anyway, and then, in most cases, you get it back when you disembark. Sometimes, though rarely, an airline's default policy will be to deliver it back at baggage claim, which you don't want, as strollers can get seriously damaged when handled along with bulk luggage, unless you get a well-padded travel bag like the Stokke Pram Pack. But my general experience is that usually, if you talk to the flight attendants and explain that you'll need your stroller on the other end, between the gate and baggage claim, then they tend to be pretty accommodating. And gate checking brings with it real bonuses, with the ability to take then a somewhat larger stroller, where most airlines that I've come across set a limit of 9 kilos, such as, for example, the Nunatriv Next, as well as a variety of other models that can provide you with significantly increased terrain capability, extra basket space, a reversible seat, and other perks that may be very useful, if not outright necessary, depending on your holiday destination. Before ending the video, I want to just briefly cover how, in my experience, one ought to go about actually checking a full-sized model, which you might want to do if you're traveling somewhere with rougher conditions or you're looking at an extended stay. As I mentioned, checking strollers can be dangerous, and I've actually spent a lot of time in the workshop over the years assessing damage for travel insurance claims. And if you're then looking to check a larger stroller, the two tips that I give you are firstly, to get a Stokke Pram Pack, which is the only bag, at least here in Scandinavia, that's actually approved by the airlines for transporting a stroller, and secondly, to pay that little extra travel insurance premium when you buy your tickets, because accidents can happen, and these proactive steps will make getting compensation if they do a whole lot easier. In any case, we hope you found this video interesting, and if you did, we ask you subscribe, as it helps us to continue making videos in the future. In addition, if you're currently shopping for a stroller, we have a buyer's guide available on our Patreon page, as well as through channel membership, which lists a wide range of models that we recommend, with a lot of technical and lifestyle related information. You can find it by following the links in the description. Thank you.